What does the Terminator, artificial intelligence, and Bang Energy founder and former CEO Jack Owoc have in common? Well, if you hadn't seen the recent energy drinks market news yet, it's probably a lot more than you imagined. Around 6 months ago, Jack Owoc posted on LinkedIn that he was putting in a great deal of effort into increasing his brain performance with complex multi-limb polyrhythmic movements and credited a recent quantum leap in that mental and physical performance to a new innovation that he was working on. While the information had been sparse since then, I was privy to a bit more detail because of one, our relationship, and two, having close business dealings with several partners who are involved with Jack Owoc's new venture. That being said, an ever evolving complex web of NDAs due to consulting projects and the nature of my business relationships overall mean that regardless of the urge from time to time, especially when I see rumor mills pushing an incorrect narrative, my content can't and shouldn't ever be focused on breaking news. But since details on Jack Owoc's newest energy drink brand were released publicly last week, it's now fair game to provide y'all with some insightful first principles thinking that goes beyond the typical CPG industry pundits that just regurgitate basic details found in the press release. For those that didn't see the announcement yet, Bang Energy founder and former CEO Jack Owoc is launching a new energy drink called AI Energy. And if you are wondering, the AI in AI Energy does indeed pay homage to artificial intelligence technology. In fact, many aspects of AI Energy, from its visual identity to its digital media assets, were developed with AI image generation software. And before I examine the other strategic elements regarding this AI Energy product launch, let's kind of first get to my feelings around artificial intelligence within the CPG industry. I usually describe the ideal CPG industry AI scenario by using an analogy involving NFL offensive linemen. While these players are absolutely essential for success, you typically only acknowledge them when there's a holding penalty. In the same manner, generative AI will become vital for CPG brands to win long term. There's certainly a race within the CPG industry to capture value from artificial intelligence, but it's probably not going to be produced by the gimmicky ways it's being paraded around currently. And that's because a real AI transformation effort, especially within the fragmentation of the CPG industry, is a complex journey. So while most of the current gimmicks might not be high risk applications of generative AI, I also don't think that consumers today are sold on this in your face auto generated CPG product future. That being said, I believe the majority of generative AI value felt by CPG companies and consumers will come from increased productivity and efficiency around the various commercial intersections between consumer insights, customer or channel management, and product discovery. And just to close the loop on my complicated thoughts, I'm fully on board with generative AI being the next great technological revolution. But most of that innovation will be felt and not necessarily always seen by CPG shoppers. Okay, let's get back to the new, soon to be launched energy drink by Jack Owoc. According to the website that's already live for pre orders, AI Energy will utilize a 12-ounce sleek can and initially be available in four flavor variants. Based on the earlier comments from Jack Owoc and seeing the supplement facts panel, AI Energy will be within what I call the focus, cognition, or nootropic segment of the performance energy drink subcategory. Beyond the typical exclusionary callouts like zero sugar or zero artificial colors for performance energy drinks, Jack Owoc focuses on three other, let's call them lesser known by the mainstream public ingredient concerns that are avoided by AI Energy. The first is natural caffeine, which has become an almost default ingredient standard by leading performance energy drink brands. What's the issue with natural caffeine, you might be wondering? Well, according to AI Energy, it's environmentally destructive because of pesticide usage in cultivation and the need for a chemical solvent process. Secondly, AI Energy does not use the synthetic form of vitamin B12, another popular ingredient in leading energy drink brands. And while I'm not certain of the exact reasoning behind Jack Owoc avoiding this ingredient in AI energy, some wellness experts have claimed the synthetic form of vitamin B12 releases cyanide post ingestion, which can be toxic at high levels. Finally, AI energy does not use alpha GPC, another popular performance energy drink ingredient, because of the recent concerns being raised over its potential to increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. As for the retail, distribution, and marketing strategy for AI energy, Jack Owoc is going back to his VPX Sports roots by working with nutrition and gym channel distributors Europa Sports Partners and Muscle Foods USA. Additionally, the fulfillment division of Europa Sports Partners, known as Hub Matrix, will reportedly handle all startup logistical needs for AI energy. But beyond focusing on those small but influential sales channels for performance energy drinks, AI Energy will also build out an independent DSD network to service convenience stores and large retail accounts, with my assumption being that many will be previous partners that helped grow Bang Energy before the initial PepsiCo buyout. And then another strategy that Jack Owoc is planning to leverage from his previous Bang Energy success is that large roster of social media influencers. Yet, beyond a few of those strategic commercialization commonalities, you'll notice Jack Owoc has shifted from the let's own everything asset heavy business model of Bang Energy to now an asset light approach. But with a brand name like AI Energy, deploying AI in a manner that can condense operations, write distributor contracts, and or design visual aspects would be aligned with its strategic narrative, right? But with that being said, my wonder surrounds why AI Energy would even want to work with hundreds or thousands of social media influencers again, anyways, especially when there's swarms of virtual influencers that are looking more like humans each day. In fact, during your daily infinite scrolls, you likely pass up many of them unbeknownst to you, because unless you stop to stare, you wouldn't realize something is a bit off. But maybe that's the ultimate plan. Become the leading CPG brand in not only utilizing virtual influencers, but also helping these popular human influencers build AI versions of themselves in a manner that connects them with the AI energy brand narrative. Regardless of how that all kind of ultimately plays out on the marketing side, my guess is that many of you are wondering if I think AI energy will be successful or not. For those that don't know or haven't given Jack Owoc his flowers yet, 12 years ago is when Bang Energy redeveloped and reformatted into the carbonated energy drink that everyone recognizes today. And by doing so, it created a new multi billion dollar subcategory of energy drinks called performance energy drinks. By blazing this trail, the Bang Energy effect became so strong that it forced existing top three energy drink companies to launch Me Too defensive products and sparked a beverage entrepreneurial spirit like has never been seen before within the sports and active nutrition industry. For those that don't remember that late 2010s period, the gravitational pull of Bang Energy was wild. And while I have a much more nuanced and complex hypothesis, many other people might say that the recent US energy drinks market slowdown is because it lacks innovation. You know, the type of innovation that jumps a large CPG category forward, like what Bang Energy achieved last decade. And there might be good reason many companies have been playing it safe lately, focusing instead on things like line extensions, reformulations, or relaunches, as there's this idea of the CPG industry innovation paradox. Consumers continue to demand new CPG products, and to meet that continual consumer demand for newness, CPG companies have gotten a little bit innovation drunk, and it has caused a proliferation of products and brands. Yet, only around 1/10 of new CPG products launched annually survive their first few years in market. So, while new product innovation is highlighted as a universally important growth driver for CPG companies, it can also be a resource intensive process that results in a questionable return on investment. But despite someone with huge categorical experience behind it, AI Energy is not being launched by an established CPG company. Thus, it should use this innovation drought as an opportunity to stand out in the marketplace. And you guys constantly see that beverage cooler behind me that's supplied by the brain performance ingredient company Cognizant. So I'm obviously a huge fan of the brain performance and cognitive health space. Moreover, I'd say that the emerging brain, cognition, or nootropic segment of the performance energy drink subcategory is still searching for that winning product to bring it forward within that adoption cycle. But I would also be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that a lot has changed professionally and personally for Jack Owoc in the last 2 to 3 years. If you've been consuming my content for the last several years, you already know what I'm talking about. But much of this stress stems from contagion effects around the messy collection of legal battles with the Monster Beverage Corporation, who acquired Bang Energy through a bankruptcy sale. But this isn't the first time Jack Owoc has had his back against the wall in business. That relaunch of Bang Energy in 2012 needed to work, and a few other similar stories back when VPX Sports was just supplements also needed to work for business continuity purposes. So maybe this is when Jack Owoc does his best work. Or maybe I've just kind of twisted you and turned you around in an effort to not directly answer this hypothetical forward looking question. But I will end by saying that just like there's always that fighter's chance in the ring or the cage, the same can be said about innovation within the CPG industry. But I hope you enjoyed the first principles thinking that went into my latest YouTube video. If you did, can you do me a favor by hitting that like button? That quick and free action helps YouTube know my content is worth spreading to more people. Also, we're getting really close to reaching my next subscriber goal, and it would be great if you join me on this journey. But to do that, we need to fix the fact that slightly more than three-fourths of you that are watching this video right now are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, and that hurts my feelings. Regardless, I want to thank you for giving me some of your attention and time, and I'll see you on the next one.